Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Such a amazing purport and a wonderful opening in Chitraketu's prayers. King Chitraketu, in this very beautiful portion, King Chitraketu is actually seeing physically the Lord. The previous two shlokas and show that he's in front of the Lord and is seeing the beautiful form of Lord Sankarshana. And he cannot control himself. He's overcome by the love of God and he becomes highly emotional. As soon as Maharaja Chitraketu saw the Supreme Lord, he was cleansed of all material contamination and situated in his original Krishna consciousness. Being completely purified, he became silent and grave, and because of love for the Lord, tears fell from his eyes and his hair stood on end. With great devotion and love, he offered his respectful obeisances unto the original personality of Godhead. With tears of love and affection, Chitraketu repeatedly moistened the resting place of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. Because his voice was choked in ecstasy for a considerable time, he was unable to utter any of the letters of the alphabet to offer the Lord suitable prayers. And this is his opening statement. After that, unable to express himself in the presence of the Lord and overcome with love, with bhakti, with emotion of the highest order, he is not able to speak. And by the mercy of the Lord, he is expressing himself. And as soon as he says, opens his mouth, this is what he's saying: you are unconquerable, but you can be conquered by devotees. Right? You offer yourself to devotees. Atmadaha. You offer yourself to devotees. These are all very amazing statements. We have not heard of these things in this world. We don't see these type of things in this world. Definitely of a very high, sophisticated level of discussion. Unless we are in that level of faith, in that level of love for Krishna, it's not so easy to understand it. It's not so easy to understand it. However, we can make an effort to understand by the beautiful explanation given by Prabhupada in the purport. So everybody in this world, we may not be so sophisticated. Let's come down. Actually, everybody in this world, in psychology, they'll tell you, everybody wants to love and wants to be loved. This is the real thing everybody is screaming for. Because it is their nature. It is their very basic, foundational, fundamental nature to seek love. Why? Because of this. Originally they related with Krishna like this. And that loving relationship with Krishna has been broken. And you're always hankering for that. And you've got yourself in the wrong place, in the wrong atmosphere, looking and establishing relationship with the wrong identities. And nobody reciprocates the same way you want it. You're looking for what you know you have experienced in the wrong place. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, thinking that the bamboo is sugar cane, you're chewing it. It's a bitter juice only will come from that for you. You do not know that this is not sugar cane. You're illusioned to think so. So we are looking for the right thing which we know we want in the wrong place. And you're convinced you'll find it here. But you won't. This is the frustration of the living entity. And he won't accept it. He needs the experience like Chitraketu. Right? Then only you accept it. But here Chitraketu has gone through that experience which we saw. We shake up when we heard that his son comes back into his dead body and speaks to him and tells him, stop it. I'm not your son. You are not my father. Krishna is the real father. The son became the guru of his father and instructed him. And he took it. Amazingly, he took it. He did not say, Yanda, I am your father, you are talking like this to me, rascal, how dare you? He lost it. Then he would have lost it. He didn't do that. Just like Parikshit also didn't do that to Shringi. How dare you curse me? I'm the emperor of the whole world. I'll show you. I'll come with my army and finish your whole family. He didn't do that. He immediately took it. What? Instruction coming from Krishna. It's coming through Shringi. He has cursed me. I should get out from here. And he went to the Ganges. Same way Chitraketu, enough is enough. I got 1 million wives and I did not get a son. Now I got a son and the son is telling me, you fool father, why don't you understand? I am not your son. Katacha son also is telling, I am not your son. Oh, it will be horrible. 1 million wives and no son. Then he gets a son, the son is telling, I am not your son. Can you understand? You have to understand this. So he went ahead on the right path. So Chitraketu is gone through it and he is, by the Lord's mercy, got Krishna's darshan. So he is recollecting the history, how nonsensical of a person I have been and how Krishna has turned me around by force and brought me close to him. No wonder he is crying. Krishna is very interested in me. He loves me. He's brought me close to me. I may not have understood what he has done in my material situation. I might have got angry with him. I must have got, how dare you do this to me? I won't believe in you. I won't come to the temple. I won't chant Hare Krishna. These are the things I would have normally said. But in spite of all that, he has brought me close to him. So how can I be grateful? In this way, he has become very emotional. Out of pure love. And here he is saying that actually you are unconquerable. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is called Ajita. Cannot be conquered by the army, cannot be conquered by Duryodhana, Shakuni, anybody who tried. No way. Nobody can conquer him. And the Lord's incarnation is called Ajita. The churning of the ocean you will see. To keep the Mantha together, he incarnated as Ajita, unconquerable Lord. Everybody knows he cannot be conquered. But in his private place in Vrindavan, he is totally conquered by his devotees. If you go to Vrindavan, he is surrendered to Radharani. He is surrendered to his devotees. This is the amazing other side of Krishna. Because he is purchased by love. And the devotees simply do that. That's why I said it's very sophisticated. There's a different platform of operation. That's where you become really persons. 100% you are a person. Only when you operate like that with the supreme absolute truth, you are a complete personality. Supreme personality of Godhead with complete individual personalities have a perfect, wonderful relationship eternally. It doesn't change. It is not that something that stops like Chitraketu's son relationship stopped. It's eternal. And it is Anandam Buddhivardhanam. It will keep on growing in intensity more and more. There's no limit to it. There's no limit to it. That's why It's called Paramananda and Anandambudivardhanam. That is what Krishna is inviting you to. And it is like diametrically opposite to what you know in this world. It's a different axis. It's a different axis. Everything works in a different way there. It works only on the basis of love of Krishna. So here Chitraketu has surpassed this position and gone to the other side and is experiencing emotion of bhakti. And what is he saying? He is saying actually you're unconquerable, but you become conquered by devotees. Devotees conquer you. You conquer the devotees. You offer yourself to the devotees. This is a very important point, and actually you will see that in real life. Krishna did it in Vrindavan. Offered himself to Mother Yashoda. You can do what you want with me. You can hold my ears and tweak it. You can tie me around a mortar. You can punish me. You can show your hands like this at me and I can get scared of you. Bhaktya Vashyata. I come under the control of my devotee. And that gives the Lord great pleasure. You don't have to think of your power, Lord. It is a material emotion to think like that. That the Lord is, crying. No, that is ecstasy. For the devotees to see the Lord performing this pastime of being under the control of Mother Yashoda is ecstasy for the devotees. How the supreme absolute truth is coming under the control of his devotee. That Shukadeva Goswami Maharaj will say, now I will tell you, Parikshit, how the Supreme Lord comes under the control of his devotees, completely subservient to their love for him. So this is the way to conquer the Lord. Love is a very powerful weapon. Bhakti is a very powerful weapon. Why? It brings the Lord under your control. But this is not the reason why you should actually practice bhakti. Then you become mundane. I want to do bhakti. Why? Krishna will come under my control. If you're a control freak like that, you will continue to remain here only. The gopis don't think like that at all. They just unconditionally love Krishna. Naturally love Krishna. And they will die if necessary. If Krishna is happy, I'll die. Radharani said, Krishna is giving me misery. Sometimes he goes with Chandravali, sometimes he goes here, there, and all that, and he gives me a lot of worry and a lot of disturbance. But he is happy. If by giving me misery, if he is happy, let me be miserable. There's a very nice shloka that Lord Chaitanya will chant this and say, this is the mood of Radharani. If by my being miserable, Krishna is happy, then I don't mind being miserable at all. Why? Krishna is happy. That is the type of sacrifice. If by taking the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis, Krishna's headache can be cured, let us go to hell by giving the dust of our lotus feet. What does it matter? Krishna's headache will go. That's the most important thing. What does it matter if I go to hell and suffer? Krishna will be happy. This is their natural thinking. And they don't have any problem about it. You have to be very absorbed in love of Krishna to be thinking like that naturally and not feel anything bad about it. No worry, no anxiety about it. Right? That's why Prabhupada is saying, the best example of this conquering and surrendering to the Lord is the Krishna and the gopis. There's nothing to beat it. That is what here Chitraketu is referring to. Although nobody can conquer you, none of the conditioned souls in any situation they are, even if they are greatest of demigods, cannot conquer you. The devotees can conquer you by a completely different weapon. And because they do that, you offer yourself to them. Here I am. You can do anything you want with me. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually did that. Every year, all of the devotees from Navadvip were coming all the way to Puri to take part in the Jagannath Ratha Yatra, and for them the exciting thing was to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, they're so much naturally in love with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Krishna. So they were bringing all sorts of gifts and all sorts of things that they were bringing. They were not very rich people. But whatever each one can do, small thing, they would bring so many gifts. All of them for Lord Chaitanya, like that. For Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Each one from his family that brings something or the other. And Lord Chaitanya would receive all of that and very carefully honor everything. Because it is a gift of love. It's made with a lot of love. Patram phalam toyam pushpam yomi bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanah. It is a love that Krishna consumes. Not your idli and chutney and your other thing. He's not actually consuming that. He's consuming the love. Ashnami. He's addicted to this. He can get conquered by it. Become subservient to it. Right? So they brought all sorts of things and he would consume all of that. Every day he will ask, who brought this? Who made it? What is it made of? And then he will enjoy it and it's, oh, wonderful. And Govinda will report, today Lord Chaitanya ate this dish yours. Wow, they've been ecstasy. Isn't it? He was doing that. And he was welcoming them when they would come all the way walking from Navadvip to Puri. Come a long way. He would go and meet them at the entrance to Puri. And he will garland all of them. And then take chandan and wipe on all their body. Personally, the Lord was doing this. And telling them how wonderful you have come all the way. I have got your association. And he'll appreciate and value it so much. And they will feel, why are you doing this to us? We are just small chota people. But he will reciprocate because you're genuinely knowing, I want to reciprocate your love for me. And then at the end of the season, after being with him, associating and cooking for him, eating with him prasadam, jumping and dancing and chanting with him, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki, and going through so many wonderful experiences of bhakti, Ratha Yatra and everything, finally it is time for them to leave because they are all householders, they have to go back and do that thing, this thing, everything, but they don't like to leave. They are feeling, again you have to go back, why can't we stay here, like that. And Lord Chaitanya is also feeling, oh, you're going. He also is feeling separation, you will go. So he comes to them when they are leaving and tells very feelingly, you are also wonderful devotees. You are so dear to me. You made so many sacrifices and came here. You brought so many wonderful things for me which I ate and I consumed. But I am not able to give anything to you because I am a sannyasi. I don't have anything with me. Of course, I am not from International Society for Krishna Consciousness, then I can have something with me. But I am a sannyasi in the Varnashrama system. I can not give you anything. But I'll give myself to you. He says this. My body belongs to me. I will give myself to you. You can sell me in the marketplace. He uses these words. You can sell me for whatever I am worth. That's all I can give for you. But I am willing to do this. He will say this and they start crying profusely. Why are you telling like this? And said, why are you saying this to us? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meant it. You can take me. Because I don't have anything else to give you, I can give myself to you. To that extent, I want to show you, I love you. I sell myself to you. Because of the love you have shown to me. This is the Supreme Lord. He has a personality. He's like this. Prabhupada is saying, this is the nature of the Supreme. Where is it? He's saying, here, see, when a devotee fully surrenders, no aspiration but the Lord certainly gives him all opportunities for service. This is the position of the Lord when conquered by his devotees. So is he not a person? Is Krishna not a person? Look at what he is doing. How can you say Krishna is just some light? How can you say that he is only Brahman, the absolute truth? Here he is. Chitraketu has understood that. So that's why Prabhupada is saying the Jnanis will never understand it. The Jnanis will not understand it. Why? They have a material desire. What is their material desire? I want to stop suffering. Material suffering I want to stop. That's my desire. As a Jnani, that's why I'm gathering knowledge. So it is mentioned for their sadhana, they will worship the Lord. For their sadhana to be perfect, they will worship the Supreme Lord. But what is their real desire? Remove misery from my life, material misery. But the devotees, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam, Anukulyene Krishna Anushilanam. I don't want anything of mine to be satisfied. Everything I want to do for you. Why? I love you so much. And I want to express myself like this. So you don't need anything actually to be able to express. Even if you did not have anything, it does not matter. You know the story of great devotees who are full of love for Krishna but cannot express in any way because they don't have anything. No material possession. No material possession. Tvam akinchana gochara janmaishwarya shutashibir yedamanam madha puman naivar hatim abhidhatum vai tvam akinchana gochara. Kunti Devi is saying, Janma Aishwarya Shutashri, good birth, great opulence, good learning, riches, all these things make people mad. Yedamana madhap puman. Naivar hatim abhidhatum vai. One who does not have any of these things can show you great love inside. Tvam akinchana gochara. You are their only possession. You are their only possession. They don't have Janma Aishwarya Shutashri. In this way they are greatly fortunate. They are greatly fortunate. So for the gopis, Krishna is the only possession. They don't know anything else. They don't know anybody else. All their husband, children and all that are just naam ke vaste. They are saying that to Krishna. When they come to meet him in the forest and Krishna is telling, you are very young ladies coming in the forest to see me. Very bad, you go back. He tells, go back. He's teasing them. He blew the flute. If they hear the flute, they can't control themselves. They came tumbling down, it's mentioned. They are somersaulting and just coming, rushing from all quarters, hearing the flute of Krishna. Because he knows what raga to play correctly to attract the gopis. Special gopi raga he's playing. And they can't control themselves. The Bhagavatam describes somebody is feeding their child breast milk, he just keeps the child down and runs. Somebody is feeding the husband, says, see you, Tata, I'm going. There's nothing is important to me. None of you are important to me. No situation is important to me. I belong to Krishna. And they are running. Some of them were making up themselves and they dropped everything and ran. They were milking the cow, they dropped everything and ran. They were dressing themselves, they put their underclothes on the top and they put their top clothes on the bottom and ran. Yeah, completely lost, mad. attracted by Krishna. They ran all the way there and Krishna told them, Shushu, why did you come here in the middle of the night? And they became very angry with Krishna. Because social convention, they cannot, suddenly he's become very full of rules and regulations. He purposely did that. Varnashrama, young girls like you should not come to the forest. Why are you coming here? He became a different person. He was playing with their deep love for him. He knows they have come running. But he is teasing and saying where it stands. So they mentioned at that time, what husband, what son and all that you are telling, go back to husband, son. What is the use of all of them? They openly say this to Krishna. In the middle of the night, on a moonlit night in the forest, they say, what husband, child, what are you talking? That's all not at all important to us. If you read it in normal situations, they'll think Krishna is encouraging very bad things among married women. Moral, ethical people are going to say that. Right? They don't understand it is beyond that. They don't care about ethics and morals. Who? The gopis don't care. Even Krishna doesn't care. Because religion is, this is all beyond religion. It's love for Krishna. Whom are you going to stop? The spirit soul loves Krishna. Naturally. Who's going to stand in between and say, no, I'm your husband? Who are you? Just like the son asked the father, who are you disturbing me? Get lost. Don't call me back here. I have nothing to do with you. Same way, the soul has got nothing to do with anybody. Only with Krishna, actually. And nobody can stop it. And Krishna also knows nothing can stop you and me uniting. And it applies to every spirit soul. Can fall head over heels in love with Krishna. And that is what is the business of life. And that's what the whole Bhagavad Gita is. It's a love story. It's a love story. It's a story of love of the soul for the Supreme Soul. So they told him to hell with husband. Same things they also told. Who? The Brahmana's wives. The Gopas came and asked. The Gopas came and told Krishna, we are very hungry. Why don't you arrange something for eating? Young boys, jumping, feeling hungry, want to eat some snack. So Krishna told, oh, you're hungry? You go and tell the Brahmanas they're doing very big sacrifice. Don't tell I told, tell Balaram told. Because he knows that they'll never acknowledge if it is Krishna. So he told, tell Balaram told, and say that they are all here, the Gopas and Krishna, and if you want to give something to eat, you give. It'll be nice for us. We are all Gopas, we'll eat. So they went jumping and dancing. Whatever Krishna says, we will do. So they went there and the Brahmanas were very puffed up, chanting all their mantras, Om, da 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 da, big sacrifice and everything. And these young boys came. Excuse me, we are coming from Krishna Balaram. What? They were so high-handed. And they said that, we want something to, if you have something, before the sacrifice has started, you can always give something. So some rules they already knew. If the sacrifice is not yet started, you can still give this and all that. They looked at the boys and never even spoke to them. They just completely neglected them like that. So insulting thing they did. Cowherd boys, it seems. We are Brahmanas. We are chanting Brahmavakya and it's going into the sky, into the Brahman. And what a wonderful things are happening, and you two boys want something to eat? You have nothing to do with these things. They are not just ordinary boys. They are Krishna. They are the Supreme Brahman. Is giving you a chance. Forget the sacrifice. I am here. Come and feed me here. Yajño vai Vishnuhu. He is here. Open his mouth. Put inside. All the yajna is over. They couldn't understand that. They could never understand that. Here Krishna is giving shortcut. Why are you doing all these things? I'll give you a chance to put it into my mouth and my friend's mouths. You would have done the greatest sacrifice. They didn't understand that opportunity. And they came back to Krishna feeling very bad and said they did like this. Krishna laughed. He laughed immediately and said, I know what they will do. He said, go back again. Huh? Go back to their wives. Their wives are my devotees. They will give you everything that you need and more. Tell them I am here. That's all. They went past the Yagyashala, went straight to the backside quarters, and they told, as soon as they opened the door, they saw the boys and they're very thrilled. They said, Krishna and Balaram here, they want something to eat. Really? That's all. They took all the things meant for sacrifice and left. They just put it on the head and they left. Big gang of women left with their hairs and all covered, the thing on the head. And the husbands were saying, where are you going? They never answered. They never answered. To hell with you. We are going to the absolute truth. We are going. And they just left. They didn't even speak to the husband anything. They just left. Attracted by the Supreme. Attracted so much by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They went there and fed the Lord. And here the Brahmanas were wondering, did we do something wrong? Something is inauspicious. Our wives have left us. Sahapatni yajna you have to do. You have to do yajna along with your patni. Patni is gone to Krishna. And we are busy chanting our mantras here. What, something wrong? Of course, it's fully wrong. It's completely wrong. And then they realize. And then the patnis come back very happy, having fed Krishna and done the real yajna. Perfectly done. And when they saw them coming back, they said, "You to hell with our being Brahmanas, to hell with our sacrifice, to hell." It's very funny what all they will say when they see their wives coming back. Why did we not understand what these simple ladies have understood? How is it we are so complicated? The Supreme Brahman has come close by and we missed it. We missed the chance. And so they were saying, to hell with our sacrifice. This is the meaning of conquering the Lord. Devotees very simply conquer the Lord. No complications involved. My original nature is I am part and parcel of Krishna. I am originally a servant of Krishna. I am therefore a lover of Krishna. Krishna loves me. That's all. All Shastra is over. This is the conclusion of all the scripture. Finish. You don't have to read anything more. Now you have to only do. Yete ichhasi tata kuru. Go do now. What is it? Practice Bhakti Yoga. That's what we all are getting a chance to do. By the mercy of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and immediately cultivate love of Krishna, which is the most important thing. And nothing else should stand in between. Needs to stand in between. In normal society, people won't accept this so easily. No, you don't become completely dedicated like that. No. Little bit enough. Once in a year you go, it's enough. Or once in a month, maximum. But the son is thinking differently. Oh, that's what you're thinking, father, but looks like most probably I'll not. You won't see me even once a year very soon. If you stop me from going to the absolute truth, maybe you're the one who will not see me once a year also. That's what happens. Many places the parents stop them. Don't go, don't. He says, okay. And then he's disappeared. Where he is, we don't know. So you can't stop the soul from attraction to the supreme absolute truth. Nobody can stop. Nobody can stop. Only person who can stop is you. Only you are stopping yourself from going to Krishna. Chitraketu has freed himself from that and has reached Krishna. And he is saying, you are unconquerable, but you are conquered by the devotees. Because you offer yourself to be conquered by the devotees. That is your nature. That is your nature. So we can speak a lot of pastimes about this. About this amazing quality of Krishna, of being subservient to his devotees' love. We are all searching for that. Like I said, we are searching for it in the wrong place with the wrong people and getting disappointed, frustrated, and all sorts of things they are changing. This government, that ruler, this thing, that thing. Actually, none of these things are the reason. The reason is lack of love of Krishna. That's all. Everything in this world can be solved with love of Krishna, Prabhupada said. This is what is the real need for people. They should know Krishna. They should learn to love Krishna. And for that they should learn to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To allow yourself to be subservient to somebody is anathema to people of this world. Means I'll never allow myself to be subjected to somebody. That is the nature of living in this world. It is not part of my life at all that I'll be under somebody waiting. Whatever you drop, I will take it. You are everything for me. If not for you, nothing for me, like that. But most people want their subordinates to be like that. Ah, very good. I will give you extra 2 lakhs because you're feeling like that towards me. That you're totally dependent on me. And I feel like God. Here I will give you. He's playing God actually. He's recognizing only those people who are foolishly surrendered to him and not surrendered to Krishna. This is the rasa of control. Very subtle it is. You won't even notice that you are doing it. But in the material world, you will die. After all the great people surrender to you, you will one day die. You are finished. And you leave nothing behind. You leave nothing behind. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, we can say in material terms, yeah, he is not there anymore. But he is very much there in the life of people. He remains there. Every time you read his books, you remember him. Why? He introduced you to the unconquerable Krishna. That service he has done makes everybody remember him every time. All the time. You would never forget. So the authorities of this world who don't lead you to Krishna, they are fake. They are not worth it. Even they give you the best of charities. But one who leads you to Krishna, even though he may not materially be good in some way, he is the best shelter. Because he leads you to Krishna. This is what we can understand from the life of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Of course, Prabhupada is a perfect gentleman, materially, spiritually, devotionally, in all ways. In all ways. And he showed us how to become surrendered to the Supreme. Allow yourself to actually, without any fear, completely accept the shelter of the Lord. He will definitely protect you. He will definitely not only protect you and give you the highest level of happiness in exchange of love with him. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Guru Premanande. Any comments or question? Been challenged today with ants, apart from my cold and cough. So lots of ants are swimming around. Any question or comment? Om Tat Sat.